Hello, Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toss a Coin to Your Podcast, a Witcher podcast.
Yay! We're finally freaking doing it after how many times we postponed this damn thing.
I know. Damn, life gets in the way.
Oh, God, I'm excited, man. Freaking cheers to that one.
I agree with you on that one. 100%.
Look, it's not a Witcher themed cup. I don't have one yet, but I'll get one.
You'll get one eventually.
But no. Honestly, we're inching so closer to the start date for season 2 of The Witcher.
Oh, we really are.
I know, and but, you know, they dropped like 2 scenes last week. Some pretty good ones, very interesting ones. I just watched them just before, just to catch up on them. I like how they're doing a lot of the creatures that Geralt meets in the books and that. Like,
Yep.
you know, he faces against goes to see his best friend. What was the name of the best friend again? Even though I saw it, I can't look at it at the moment. What was the name of his best friend? The one he goes to throw knives with?
Nilvam or something like that.
Nilvan,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. And Ciri's looking good. I'm excited for this season.
She looks so much older.
She looks older, which I think is good because they don't want her to keep her, you know, looking young. Like
For me, I was more surprised because it's the same actress.
It's the same actress, yes.
She just looks older, and they've done really well.
Probably she's just a little bit more mature, I think. Probably great. Like, you know, you have a lot of actors and stuff like that who actually, you know, grow up on movies and shows. What is it? You've got, for instance, biggest example is Daniel Radcliffe.
Yep.
Grew up on the Harry Potter sets. For instance, Elijah Wood. He spent majority of his adult life when he was doing the Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
I think he was young when he started Lord of the Rings, but he was like in his 30s or mid, like his late 30s or even early 30s when he was doing the last part for The Hobbit as well, which I think is really cool. I'm glad they brought him back for that. That was good. But that's not what we're here to talk about. I mean, it is Witcher stuff, but we're here to talk about and give our honest opinions on the Nightmare of the Wolf.
We will be doing a lot of that tonight, but we do have others to go over as well because there has been a bit of movement. So the last time we spoke on this podcast, we still weren't sure 100%. Neither were the producers about season 3. And it's officially confirmed. We finally have season 3. We are getting season 3, so.
Which I suspected, you know, I mean, they're not gonna, like, I reckon this is gonna take over what Squid Game's doing, which is another series I really need to watch.
Yeah, I've heard
Squid Game
things about that too.
Yeah, but I'm keen to see season 3, even though we haven't seen season 2 yet, but I'm glad I got renewed. Really am happy.
I'm not surprised, as I said in the show last time, that of course it's going to be renewed. They wouldn't spend millions of dollars and invest time into the show if they know that they're not going to extend it for another season. Plus, on top of that, they've announced another animated movie too. You know, and they put time and effort into releasing Nightmare of the Wolf,
which was good. I really enjoyed it.
Especially the twist at the end.
Yeah, the twist at the end is you see what happens with the rest of the witches. You see what happens to Kaer Morhen.
Oh, the fact that you see young Geralt.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a photo. Spoiler. It's been out.
It's been out since August, so you're fine.
Honestly, I like that twist. That you see young Geralt. Like, I knew it was Geralt from the get-go because it's his eye color. But the fact is, can I cosplay young Geralt now? I mean, I could.
You could easily.
My question is, how did he grow his hair? I'm curious. How did he do it? How the fuck did he do it? Was he bald when he started? I don't know.
Age.
He probably drank a tonic and grew.
You know how when we get older, our hair goes grey. No, when they get older, they grow hair.
When Vesemir was old, he's 70. He didn't look 70.
No. No. Um, so yeah, we'll be getting into a lot of the Nightmare on the Wolf talk tonight.
Absolutely.
But we just want to go over a couple of things. So we did get 2 scenes, as we kind of mentioned earlier. One was a scene with Geralt and Nivelian. And it was good. They were talking. They were just pretty much sitting down talking and throwing knives at a wall.
Poking the breeze. I mean, Geralt had to have a chill out session. Fun time.
Yeah. And the other one is Geralt and Ciri.
I think they're inside Carl Moorhan. I honestly think they are. Like, it's the one place that Geralt takes Ciri.
Well, as in the books though, so this scene pretty much took place before he met Ciri, so they've changed it up a bit.
Yeah.
But where it took place was in Nivelian's mansion.
I think so. Like, I have to look up on those scenes again and do a little bit more research. But the scene I'm talking about with Ciri and Geralt is, Geralt's telling Ciri, run, like, get out of here, like, move now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about too. Like, in the books, it was before he even met Ciri, so they've changed it. So, they might have changed it to the point of being in Kaer Morhen, but I'm not sure.
I think it would fit in well, because think about this, so, Kaer Morhen was invaded by, like, hundreds and friggin' of monsters and stuff like that, so it could be Summer still in there.
But you think it would be a Bruxa?
Probably. Probably. Could be a Bruxa. I don't know. We didn't get to see what it was because it cut off.
Yeah, I was actually really annoyed about that. Not only that, though, we also got a season 2 trailer, like another trailer this week too.
The Road to the Witcher season 2. I haven't seen one yet, but I'm guessing it's just like kind of like a catch-up trailer.
You haven't? No, dude. There's like a lot more new content in it.
I'll have to watch it.
Well, like there's stuff with Vesemir in it as well. So
I love Vesemir. He looks straight up out of the freaking game, which is crazy.
He does, but I still wish we still got Mark Hamill.
I wish to. A lot of people really wanted Hamill. I wanted Hamill. So I would have been like, this would be great. He could have been perfect as that role. But again, look, it is what it is. But still, kind of digs a little because I love Hamill so much, and I'd love to see him in more television stuff than the Flash.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love him in the Flash, but. And I know he's playing the Trickster, and the funny thing is he played the Trickster back in the day. He also voiced the Trickster in one of the Justice League animated series, but in that version, he literally is just the Joker. He even sounded like him too, which I was just like, I get the Trickster is like a Flash villain, but come on, stop playing the Joker and just do something else that's not the Flash. I mean, look, I'm a little over Flash now. I'd rather watch series that actually have a great story.
Like The Witcher.
Like The Witcher, which has a great storyline, and also just it's better chemistry. I'm just over the DC stuff now.
I get that. So right now, our countdown to The Witcher Season 2 is 73 days away, 19 hours and 39 minutes.
It's getting closer. When's the official? It's November, isn't it?
No, dude, it's December 17th.
That's right. It's December, not November. That's right. I'm interested to see with what they announced at WitcherCon when PS5 version of The Witcher 3 comes along. Apparently, there's going to be new content for it too. Yeah,
there was new content. I mean, we spoke about this last time. So there was new content. We're also getting DLC skins to be able to play as Henry Cavill's version
of Geralt, which I think is cool. I love the separation of the designs of the game Geralt and the TV series, especially with his, for instance, the pendant. I like how you've got the steel pendant. I've got a resin one.
Yeah, so
Mm.
the pendant in the show is more accurate to what it's kind of described in the books.
I actually like this design more than the game one because I don't like the game one. It's uncomfortable to wear.
No, I don't think it's uncomfortable. It's bulky and it's sharp.
Unless you sand down the side parts.
Yeah, but still, what's the point?
Safety?
Yeah, but it's a lot of effort though.
I'd do it. I mean, I did it with. If I had a steel version of this, I don't have a steel version of this because this was actually made by a friend of mine, and I really love it. Plus, also the customization with this, because what I did with mine was this is another spoiler. I did mine. I put actually blood on mine because at the end of the series, Geralt is actually young Geralt when he was a kid.
So at the end of Nightmare of the Wolf.
He's holding a pendant which actually has blood on it, and I really love that, so I put it on the end of mine. And I use Citadel Paint's Blood for the Blood God, which is a really nice, thick, it's like the best paint that you can get for that's good for blood. I mean, I've done it with a lot of my work stuff. I mean, I posted on my Instagram that I finished one of my cosplays, and that was Pyramid Head. If I lean back, you can actually see the pyramid back there. I reckon, you know what? When it comes to release for The Witcher, I understand December, but wouldn't you have loved it if they released it in Halloween?
Well, that's when they released season 1. But
yeah,
I think
they were gonna do
maybe
that.
they were going to do that, but because of everything being so delayed with COVID, like the shooting, the shooting of the schedule, the shooting schedule was pushed back a bit. Even they had somebody on set that was COVID positive. They had to shut down for a few weeks. So
I'm glad it wasn't Cavill because, like, heaven forbid. I mean, I was really upset. For instance, just a different topic now, quickly related to actors getting COVID. When Patterson was diagnosed, had come down with COVID, I was really worried. I was going, "Oh shit, the lead actor's got COVID! Oh no!" And we should have got the Batman this year. In fact, the Batman should have released a few days ago.
Yep, but it is what it is.
Just gotta wait a little longer for it, but we're excited for it, just like we're excited for The Witcher. I love this franchise. It's such a great fantasy series next to, another one which I love, and next to Lord of the Rings. And I love with Henry Cavill's approach to Geralt is his inspiration is Viggo Mortensen as Aragorn. Because for instance, I love with Henry, he wears his armor all the time when he's on set. He doesn't take it off. He gets into it, and he literally just does everything in it. He even sleeps in it. He slept with his sword a couple of times. Same thing with Viggo. He really dedicated himself to the character, which I love.
It's because he loves this franchise just as much as us. So
I think, when you get, I just love that when you get actors who just love franchises so much and they get to be the lead character, that just boosts up their star power. It's why I get really annoyed when people get cast to play most beloved characters and completely butcher it. For instance, I'm going to say this. The first Iron Man movie, the actor that played Rhodey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't feel him as Rhodey. I like Don Cheadle as Rhodey.
Yeah, but I think we've come to love Don Cheadle's one, though. Like, if we gave him the chance, though, we would have loved him as well.
I reckon if we gave him the chance, but the thing is, what he wanted was ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
He wanted more money than the lead actor. I'm like, dude, it's Rob. You're not the lead actor. You're a supporting character. You're not the lead actor. The lead actor always gets more money. He's a lead actor. He's the one. He has most camera time. So obviously he's going to get paid for his work. You get paid more when you're in front of the camera, always. And the same thing with Henry Cavill. I reckon Cavill's getting a shit ton of money for this series. I mean, he's on all of the promotional stuff. I mean, of course he is. He's playing the lead character. He's playing Geralt. And I love when you just get actors who literally just love the franchise. And I also love the fact that they're casting. They're not just casting huge talent. They're casting, um, you know, you know, actors that haven't had a lot of good time in the television or film series and giving them a time to shine.
Mm.
Like for instance, give me a second. Let me just check. The actor that's playing Yennefer, I've actually never seen her before, but I will say this though, she looks just like Yennefer. Like she is Yennefer now.
Yennefer, yeah.
Yennefer. I say Yennefer.
It's Yennefer.
Yennefer. Yeah. Anna Chalotri. She's British. She's probably known for a role as Yennefer Vandenberg. So she also had a role in Wanderlust as well. You know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, she had a role in Wanderlust. Which is actually a really good British show, actually.
Okay, so The Witcher Blood Origins has new casting has implied a possible connection to season 2. So if you're not aware what Blood Origin is, The Witcher Blood Origin is a prequel series. It's a live-action prequel series.
Yeah, it's an upcoming fantasy series, adapted from the Witcher book series by the author. So the cast for it, good cast.
Well, I've got here, so fans of The Witcher eagerly awaiting the return of Henry Cavill's Geralt. Meanwhile, the live-action prequel series Blood Origin, starring Michelle Yeoh, Sophia Brown, and Lawrence O'Foran, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, is well underway. Production has recently moved to Yorkshire, where the team is filming a large battle scene. Blood Origin takes place roughly 1,200 years before Geralt's time, and while we've known about the setting for a long time, many are still wondering how it will fit into the greater history of the series. Today we've got several new cast additions, including one that may shine some light on how Blood Origin ties in with the main cast.
I'm excited for some of these cast members. The one cast member that I'm jumping for joy. It's Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah. And Mark Rowley has also been added from The Last Kingdom.
Last Kingdom. I have not seen The Last Kingdom.
So the one that could be is the Oracle's mother. So to get more intriguing, one out of the way, we've learnt that the British actress Claire Cooper will play the role of Evenin. Cooper is known for her roles such as projects as Nightfall, Hollyoaks, and Snatch. If you're thinking the name Avian sounds familiar, it may be because there is an obscure character with a similar name mentioned in the books. Evenin, mother of the legendary elven seeress Ithlin, whose full name reads Ithlin Agil Evian, daughter of Evian.
You're doing well with it. You're doing well.
I know, right?
Well.
Fuck.
I'm just checking out the casting on IMDb for The Witcher Blood Origin. So I've got a full cast here. It's 15 at the moment. So you've got Lizzie Annis. She's playing Zakir in 6 episodes from 2022. But the one cast member here that I cannot believe he's in this, it's fucking Dylan Moran, my dude. Dylan Moran is in The Witcher Blood Origin. He's playing Uthrock One Nut. 6 episodes.
So with
obviously,
sorry, going back to this though, the Avenue.
Yeah.
While the readers of the books obviously know all about her and her importance to the story, show watchers will get to know her in season 2, where she is played by a veteran actress, Anne Fairbank. So we've got 2 actresses playing the same character.
So this is really cool. What the plot is, you said the plot is 1,200 years before the events of the television series. I've got it on Wikipedia here. This is what it says here. Blood Origin will depict the creation of the first Witcher, as well as the events leading to the conjunction of the spheres. So you've got Sophie Brown as Ellie, Lawrence O'Farrell as Fajal, Michelle Yeoh as Skian, so Lenny Henry as Bala, Miriam Mack as Merwin, Nathaniel Curtis as Brian, Dylan Moran as Ulrich One Nut. You got Jacob Collins Levi as Eridan. Yes, that Eridan. That's King Eridan.
Mm-hmm.
Lizzie Annis as Zakia, as Hugh Novell as Callan, Brother Death. You have Francesca Mills as Mildoff, Amy Murray as Fenric, and Zach Wyatt as Sindril. Which, they're doing King Eridan here, then fuck. I think it's... Hang on. If it's that Eridan I'm thinking of... Oh my god. Eridan. Shit! I knew it! Eridan Breakiad Glass is the leader of the fucking Wild Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Do I even need to reiterate what we talked about a while ago and who we think is coming for The Witcher?
Well, it's the fact that we saw set photos and
We saw set photos.
kind of got spoiled.
It kind of got spoiled, but again, if this is Eridan in this prequel series, which is a prequel series, I mean, he's been around for 1,000 years. He's the king of the Wild Hunt. He was a human, but then he literally turned into the king of the Wild Hunt. He's no fucking joke, though. He does get killed by Geralt later on in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, but the Wild Hunt was seen on set photos, allegedly. We don't know if it actually is them or not. I think it is. Techie thinks it is, but I honestly, God, I hope it is, because that would tie into, Ciri, her, being what she is and all, because she literally is one of the most powerfulest individuals. She's more powerful than Geralt. She's more powerful. Honestly, I think she's more powerful than Yennefer.
I think
I
so
said
too.
it again, didn't I?
We've also got some other stuff happening. Sorry.
I'm really excited for the Blood Origin.
So season 2, to introduce Nenek and the Temple of Meletel. Mm-hmm. So that was in the short story book of what was it? The Voice of Reason.
Yeah, so Nenek was a priestess of Militel and the indisputable head of the Temple of Militel in Nalanda. She was a motherly, stern figure, but scoffed at being called mother.
Yep, and we've come to learn that the actress and model Natasha Fletcher will play an unnamed priestess at the Temple of Melitel in The Witcher Season 2. Most likely a background character, but still.
Yeah, so Nenek is the priestess of Melitel. She's actually in the she actually is in
They were mentioned in Season 1. The temple was mentioned in Season 1.
Yeah.
That was as far as we got. We also have cast news as well. Philippa Eilhart. I don't know what she will be playing. So, sorry, that's the character. My bad. So, Cassie Clare will play the sorceress Philippa Eilhart in Season 2 of The Witcher. I can't wait for that character to come back, actually. I had a mind blank about that was the character's name. It's been a while. But I'm keen. So Cassie Clare, she began to leave her mark in the television industry with shows like The Bisexual, Ransom, and Brave New World. I haven't actually watched any of those shows.
I get excited a lot for I just get excited for this. I just want to watch this already, man. It's already sounding so good. We're getting so many different references to all these amazing characters that are finally coming along, especially with, Geralt now being with Ciri and they're not separated like they were in Season 1, and she's learning,
Well, it's the fact that at the end of Season 1, the timeline met up. That's the thing. I think that's what people were so confused about with Season 1 is the timeline.
The timeline was so confusing. I was just sitting here going, what is happening? So we're going here, we're going here. And
It
now
was
they're
purely
finally
because
confirmed.
we all thought until like episode 4 that it was all happening at the same timeline. But it wasn't until episode 4 when Geralt goes to the castle and the fucking king's alive again, and so's the queen.
And you're just sitting there going, wait a minute, you guys
Yeah,
dead?
like what
What's
the
going on
fuck?
here?
You were dead. You died in the first episode. How the fuck are you alive? And then it makes sense.
It was purely magic. They come back to life just to say hi to Geralt, and and as soon as you left, they just drop dead.
And have a big party. But in good
literally-
news, as well as that season 3 is announced as well, but writing has begun on season 3.
Which is really cool. I love how they're just about to release season 2 in a few months. And they're already doing writing for season 3 already.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that means that it won't be a longer wait.
No. I think with next year, I hope the God that, the film industry and or even the television industry managed to get out of the funk they've been in with late releases.
I don't think it's late releases. I think with this one, like they announced this when season 1 dropped, pretty much that you won't be getting season 2 until like 2021.
Exactly, which I think was fair.
Yeah, I mean,
when did season
saying
when did season 1 drop? Wasn't it like 2019?
it was October 2019. October or November. Might have been November. But
Yeah.
I think this is such a big show though that it really needs to have that time to film, to edit. So maybe we won't get another season until 2023. Maybe. I don't know. If The Mandalorian can shoot in a year, these guys can.
Yeah, honestly, I love the fact that we that we're going to Kar Morhan, and we're not just going to we're going to see the other witches too, including Lambert.
Yep.
Friggin' the other names have forgotten me. I know Lambert because I love Lambert. Lambert's one of my other favorite witches as well.
Yep.
So you go. I'm just gonna check. Not the witches. God damn it, Google.
Okay.
So.
So let's get into it anyway. But let's get into Nightmare of the Wolf.
Yeah, absolutely. I really want to get into this. So, Nightmare of the Wolf. How did you feel about it?
Took me a couple of times to watch it. I'll be honest.
Took a couple times. I actually just sat down, started from the beginning, and went straight through.
I just kept zoning out.
Really? What kept zoning you out? Like just other problems, or was this kind of it's slow pace?
Not slow paced. It was just I'm a busy guy, really. So it was just
That's right.
zoning out or coming back and forth. But
Yeah.
overall, though, I loved it.
I reckon it was great. No, it's so. For instance, this is an animated movie. It's not live action, but I think it actually does well in an animated form. Not all the Witcher stuff has to be in live action. Just leave that for the main series, and if they're gonna do an off-sorted story, great for an animated movie. So basically, Nightmare of the Wolf, it tells story of a very young Vesemir. He's literally still young. He's just being tells the origin of how he became a Witcher, where he comes from, and why he does it. I love the fact that this is literally telling the story of what happened at the siege of Kar Morhan, the attack.
It's pretty much setting up some stuff that we'll see in season 2.
Like, for instance, we see the destruction of Kar Morhan. We know now why there's no more witches, because
Why they're all frowned upon.
Yeah, why they're all frowned upon, because again, the reason why they're all frowned upon? Because they tried to create more monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Didn't they learn from Jurassic Park?
Oh, God. Yeah, so the Siege of Kaer Morhen. So what happened here, basically, there was the Battle of Kaer Morhen. This was it's a main, so literally what happens is, what happened, years ago, a horde of fanatics, their hatred incited by various publications, defamatory of witches, laid siege to Kaer Morhen. In the series, it's a bit different. Literally what happens is, they're attacked by, just gonna go check the Wikipedia for it.
Now, do you know who voiced? I didn't know this. But do you know who voiced Vesemir?
Theo James.
Now, do you know who Theo James is?
He's from the Divergent series.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't mind the first Divergent movie, but the rest are all a dumpster fire. Sorry.
The second one was okay. That's
the
about
second one was okay. Second one was okay. So basically, this is literally, So what happens in this series is basically Tetra, who's literally she's an extremely powerful witch. So Tetra Gilchrist is literally an extremely powerful witch. Pretty much, she lays siege to the castle. She lays siege to Kaer Morhen, and not only does she bring all the villagers along, but she pretty much opens a portal and summons all these monsters with the help of a very powerful kitsune, which again.
Sorry.
Kind of crazy.
Yes.
So basically, she lays siege to the entire castle because they're trying to stop them from making more monsters and stealing their knowledge of how to make witches.
Yeah.
And they've always said that, and I've said it before, if the knowledge of making witches gets out in the world, good lord, it'll be chaos.
Oh, it would be. It would be complete and utter chaos. What did you think of the opening scene?
I loved it. I reckon it was a really good opening scene. I loved that. I loved how, first of all, my God, that was brutal. That lesson that came in. The lesson that came in the forest in Coldwind. That's Coldwind Forest. That's like one forest you don't want to be fucking caught in. Because I know for a fact that you do go in the game and it's brutal.
It is very brutal. It is very, very brutal. But I remember that part in the game. I hated that bit.
Honestly, you have to, so I love how Vesemir just goes in and he knows his ways of dealing with lessons. He knows his way of dealing with monsters. And you see where Geralt gets his speed from, where he gets his training from. I'm watching Vesemir and I'm like, it's like I'm watching Geralt. That's what it felt like to me. I loved how, with the pendants too, pendants are just like in the game. They vibrate when they need monsters and that, meaning that they actually act like that. I don't really love that. I didn't see that in the Witcher series. But I also noticed something too in that clip with Ciri and Geralt when
he drinks the potion.
Geralt drinks the potion, but also the pendant too. I don't know if you noticed it, but it might just be my looking back. But I also noticed the pendant was vibrating a little bit. I could see it shifting and moving around too. Might be because of Geralt's movements, but I think they might be bringing it into the series, which I love. It's just small little things, but hey, it's part of the character. I mean, in the series... Oh, we have a viewer in here.
Yep. Hey, Craig.
Hey, Craig. How you doing, man? Sorry, we got a bit swamped up there.
So we've discussed this in our actual on the Techie and Talent show, but a while back, actually, this is like almost a year old. We actually got a first page of the script for season 2 for the first episode. I'm gonna read it out again. So the exterior is an abandoned mountain village, which I think we might know what it could be.
Yeah, it's Carl Moran.
Under moonlight, a merchant, Colin Coppercloth, leads a wagon carrying his daughter and wife, Kira and Mina, through a dark and dense forest. They approach a small village. Geralt, you dodged my every footstep, but struck down others I passed on my way. Why? The merchant walks through the broken gates of a tiny village into a still and a snowy square. No lights in any windows. Doors left open. No footprints in the snow. Utter silence. Mina, why is it so quiet? Coppercloth walks in to the end of the square and stands in front of an inn. Its doors and windows shuttered. Coppercloth, hello? I'm in the need of lodgings for the night. In response to silence, I'm a merchant. I can pay. A scream, he turns to see his wife missing from the cart and his daughter screaming, covered in blood. Coppercloth yells at Kira. He runs towards the carriage. Something whips through the square in a flurry of snow, ripping him away into darkness. His death roar cuts short. Geralt does a voice-over. I was meant to end up alone, wasn't I? So I'd finally begin to be afraid. The shocked girl stares into the darkness and hears the sound of the flesh being ripped apart, bones cracking, suckling. She jumps from the cart and starts to run towards the only sign of life she can see. A Prussian-style mansion on a hill overlooking the village, with one light burning inside. Kira's saying, help me, someone.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Now, the mansion. She
Yes.
runs to a mansion.
Mansion. Is this Resident Evil?
No.
I'm
Novellum.
kidding. Novellum, yeah. So she runs to the Novellum mansion.
I believe so. It has to be.
Yeah, which I think is cool. I don't know if that's in the. Again, I haven't read the book yet. I really need to get a copy.
Dude, $60 came up box set.
It's pretty good. I actually grabbed it.
Yeah. It's like $10 cheaper than what I paid for each book separately.
Yeah, the books separately would probably be expensive.
Yeah. As I've said to you, like when The Witcher came out, Big W here in Australia was selling each individual book for like $12.
That's. I would say that's pretty cheap, but like, how many books are in the series?
Quite a few. Quite a few.
Exactly.
So literally I grabbed my trolley and I went
All in. And how much did it cost you?
like $75-$80.
Ouch. And you can. Did you know about that box set for $60, or was that?
No,
not
it wasn't out
yet?
then.
Oh damn!
I've only started to notice it this year, maybe at the end of last year, just before Christmas.
Did you say it was at Target?
Came up.
Kmart. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty good. Honestly, how would you rate Nightmare on the Wolf? What rating would you give it?
Dude, I mean, I'm excited that we're getting another animated movie. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
it's going to be based around Vesemir again. Don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's set 1,200 years before the.
That's the prequel series. That's the live-action prequel series.
That's a live-action prequel series.
Yes.
Oh, was that man?
No,
Oh,
no, this
it's
is the live.
action.
Yeah, they've
It's
announced.
live action.
They've announced that we are getting another animated movie, but this is,
Not it.
Blood Origin is
Origin,
a live action and live action series.
Which I think is cool, and I'm keen to. I loved the fact that it's going to be about the first ever Witcher, and also conjunction of the spheres as well, which is another big event that I really need to read into more. But I know it's a big event that affects the future of the entire landscape.
It's gonna affect the whole universe, really.
Exactly. Holy crap.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
So dead set. God, I'm excited to. I'm now just excited to cosplay Geralt again.
I really want to cosplay Geralt.
You totally should. It's so easy to do. Really, it is.
Mm.
You honestly, like, for instance, getting here, like, you have a choice whether to do the game version or the Netflix version.
Yeah, it's costly, I feel.
Not if you decide not to do any of the armored versions. I mean, I'd look. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to do an armor, but at the same time, though, it's really expensive, and I can't afford it at the moment. So I do a lot of his other outfits.
Like
He
his
doesn't
black,
just wear
his
armor.
black outfit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm getting commissioned. I'm getting fixed up.
Oh, are you?
Being sewed right now. Yeah, I got to pay for a commission for it. I'm paying it off because it's not cheap. About $100 for the commission, but a friend of mine's sewing it for me.
Nice.
She's got my dimensions, my size, and everything, so it's going to be custom look. Now, boots wise though, for that costume, I'm going to cheat and just wear my military boots because I can't afford boot toppers like that yet. I can't afford that.
Mm.
And honestly, with the boots I have, I'd rather have comfort over style. And honestly, these are nice boots. They're really comfortable. If I, get some boot polish on them, clean them up.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys.
I am witched out. I really am.
We will be going live with this very soon. Very, very soon to gear up for season 2. So what this show will be from now on will be a recap show.
On the Witcher season 2.
Well, not just that, but we'll also... So each week... from what date did we announce? I can't remember.
I have to double check. We'll have to double check our details for that. We did talk about it, but we will do. So basically, what we entitled for this series for Toss Going to Your podcast is basically with this series is not only we do recaps on The Witcher Season 2, but also when they release Blood Origin, or if they release another animated movie next year. This will be dedicated for that segment.
Mm.
Just what Craig King just said. I just watched Wonder Woman 1984.
Yes, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. My dad was watching it yesterday. Honestly, it could have been so much better, in my opinion. It could have been so much better. It's not as good as the original one. I love the first movie.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah. I did eventually watch it a while ago. I didn't like it. Yeah. I just feel that it didn't feel like a Wonder Woman movie. It just felt like they try and do new things and they're trying to capture the magic of the original, but there was no point. And honestly, while I love Cheetah, just feel that she didn't get a lot of screen time. And Craig King, I thought it was disappointing. Yeah, that's basically the best word for it.
Okay, right. So October 13th will be the next episode of the Witcher podcast.
Yep.
So pretty much what it will be is each week from October 13th, we'll be going over one episode of season 1. Yep. And then pretty much by the time that we finish the last episode of season 1, the next week should be the first episode of season 2.
Which I'm excited for.
Well, all episodes of season 2. We're going to binge watch all of season 2, but we're going to do one at a time.
Exactly. We'll figure it out. We'll get there.
We will get there. We will get
all
there.
Right, then.
So October 13th, mark that in your diaries. We will be officially hitting the ball rolling for this show.
Absolutely. I need to sit down and rewatch the season 1 again.
Well, that's the whole point of this show.
That's the whole point of the show. Yeah, we're going to be rewatching all of the series. I'm really annoyed. My pen keeps flipping around and facing backwards. I've got to stop that.
All right, guys. Until then, you can follow our socials here.
Yeah.
So, my bad. There we go. So you can follow our TikTok here at the Techie and Talent Show. And you can also follow our Facebook at the Techie and Talent Show, where we're currently live. So, hi, everyone. Hi, Greg. Also at YouTube, where we are also currently live right now. You can also follow us at our Twitch, where we are also streaming right now. And we are still figuring out a time where we can get together and play Red Dead Online. Also, our Instagram, where we'll keep you guys posted at the Techie and Talent Show for when we go live. That also is the same for our Twitter at talent_show. So how are you, mate?
All right.
I've got barbecue chips, man. I'm good.
That's good. All right, guys. Until October 13th for Toss a Coin to Your podcast. We will see you then. We'll be live again tomorrow night for our regular Techie Intelligence show.
All right then, guys.
Until
Thanks
then,
for tuning in.
stay safe, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye.